Why did the matzah quit? Because it didn't get a raise in 3,500 years. How many pharaohs do you need to change the light bulb? One, but he won't let it go. Ooh, Leon laughed. That's a good sign. Okay, now to the sermon. I want to talk to you today about a festival of yes. I know grammatically it sounds off. Trust me, it makes sense. A festival of yes. Okay? This comes from a reflection of human dealings with rejection. Okay? This is something that we all have to go through in life. We all have to learn, sooner or later, to deal with rejections, right? And no, most of the time hurts, right? And sometimes we have way too many no's in a row in our lives, and depends on how we deal with those no's, it will determine the outcome of our emotional well-being. Because I've seen, and sometimes I have to admit, I went through that as well. Sometimes what happens is when we get the no's, no, we get discouraged, right? And many people end up quitting and giving up on their dreams. And this could be stressful. That stress is something that could be carried over. It could permeate on many different aspects of our lives, right? So that's why it's very important for us to understand this principle and to learn how to deal with rejection, because this is something that happens in our professional life. It could happen in our romantic life. It could happen in our social life, right? So that's what happened. You present your resume. No, we pick somebody else. And then it could happen that, no, she said no, she doesn't want to go on a date with me. Or sometimes it happens that, my coworkers, they don't want to go with me for lunch. They don't like me. So I feel rejected at work. It could happen in so many areas of our life. And the interesting thing, the common denominator, is that we have no power. We have no way to control what other people will do or say. It's not on our hands. But what is in our hands, even if difficult, what is in our hands is the way we choose how to deal with it. Are we going to be discouraged? Are we going to quit? Are we going to give up? Or are we going to try again? I remember many years ago, well, not so many, it happened during COVID. I did kind of a list of different people, famous people, that they were rejected multiple times on their professional lives and how they dealt with that. I don't want to bring you the whole list. I will just give you 2-3 examples because they are shocking, right? Number one of my favorite is Walt Disney, right? We all know Walt Disney, what the empire that he built. Do you know that he was told by experts that he had no creativity? He had no talent, and he should do something else, right? Many people, when they hear that, they said, okay, I'm out. I will do something else. Not him. He didn't quit. He tried again and again until he made it. And he became one of the greatest graphic artists in history, right? Then the other one, very famous person, Elvis Presley. You know that he always liked to sing. He was in grade 8, and basically in music class, he got a C-. For those of you who don't understand this letter kind of thing, it's bad. It's a very bad mark that he got. He was told, dude, you cannot sing, right? But nevertheless, he liked singing, so he didn't quit. So he kept trying. Eventually, for the first time, he sang in kind of on a big venue in Nashville. And after that, he was told, I think you should go back driving trucks. That's what he used to do before. You have no future in this field. He didn't quit. He didn't get discouraged. He wouldn't let a no determine his career. He tried again and again and again. Eventually, he made it, and he became very famous. And the last one I want to share with you today is an author, a writer, Stephen King. You know him? His first book was Carrie. Okay? Do you know that Carrie was rejected? Listen to this number. 30 times. He went from publisher to publisher. He got 30 no's. Eventually, he put the manuscript on a garbage can, on a trash. It was there. His wife found it there. His wife took it out of the trash can and convinced him to try one more time. And that publisher said, okay, let's give it a try, and gave Stephen King $2,500 for that manuscript, right? Eventually, the book started to sell very well, so he got $400,000 for that deal. Eventually, he went to sell more than 350 million copies of his books. 30 times life said no to him. 30 times he didn't quit and keep moving forward, right? That's life. We get lots of no, but the most important thing is never give up and to keep trying. And that brings us to the Israelites in Egypt. They knew, because God told them, they knew that it was a promised land. And they have to go there. Now they had the dream. Now they had the passion. Now they wanted to go and discover and to reconnect with that promised land. So Moses went to see Pharaoh and said, let my people go. No. Okay, first rejection. Second time, let my people go. No. 9 times. 9 times they were rejected. And they kept trying. So I was thinking, if it were you, at what time, at what no will you quit? At what no will you give up? Right? The Israelites kept trying because no was not an option. And I feel that sometimes that's the key in life if we want to find the fire and the passion to keep moving forward. You have to reach a point when you tell yourself that no is not an option. And then you keep trying until you get your yes. That's what I said, that Pesach is a festival of yes, because after those rejections, finally, they got their yes, and they were able to leave Egypt. So Pesach is a festival where we celebrate that if we remain strong and we keep moving forward, eventually we get our yes. And we should learn from them, from the story of the Exodus. And I was thinking, in my personal life, nobody does it better, nobody understands it better than my son Ronen. He never gets a no as an answer. He can't take a no. He keeps pushing until, believe me, I don't know how he does it. He gets his yes, right? Because he doesn't give up. He doesn't quit. He keeps pushing. I hope he never loses that. And it's not just with us, that he will continue with that in other aspects of life. So he will remain strong and keep pushing for it. But it also reminds me to, when I watch the news, when I read the newspaper, it also reminds me to what is happening in Israel. So many no's lately. For example, think about the negotiation to release the hostages. How many no's did they get so far? I stopped counting of how many rejections of different proposals and think no. At one point I said, okay, stop. How much are you going to try? I said, but they keep trying. You know why? Because no is not an option. No is not an option. So they're going to continue until they get the yes, and we can get our hostages back home. So this is something that we as a Jewish people learned centuries ago, that for us, no is not an option. We have to keep strengthening each other, and we have to keep moving forward. We have to keep pushing until we get our yes. So if there is something that Pesach is teaching us, is in every aspect of our life. Every aspect of our life. You can't quit. You can't get up. You can't give up. Before Pesach, we had multiple no's. On Pesach, we got a big yes. So don't quit, because your personal yes is coming. Shabbat Shalom, Chag Sameach.